BookTube, this is Kelly. Thank you so much for watching my channel, Books I'm Not Reading. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I hope you'll stick around. I'm just here with a brief Friday Reads video and a tiny haul. The first part of that haul being maybe a future haul. I got a gift certificate to our local independent bookstore. It doesn't expire until the end of June of 2022, but even though I have a lot of restraint in bookstores, if it's not my own money, I might feel a little freer to pick some things up. So I have absolutely no idea. If you guys have some suggestions, feel free to tell me what I should be buying in the comment section down below. It's not a huge gift certificate, so don't think I can come away with like 3 hardcovers or anything along those lines. And then we got 2 books in the mail today. Jason and I, we didn't get them today, but we got them this week. And the first one I'm so excited about, it is Marc Nash's new book, Stories We Tell Our Children. If you're not familiar with Marc Nash, he is a fantastic booktuber. I will link to his channel down below, but he has published multiple books. 6 novels, and his last novel is called 3 Dreams in the Key of G. It was shortlisted for Not the Booker Prize in 2018, which I think is cool, but it's one of those books, the cover of it, I should have grabbed it, because we do own it, but it is probably, of all the books in our library, the one that scares me the most. I just don't know that I would be able to grasp it, but I do feel like I can do this one. Stories we tell our children. And I'm just gonna read you the first paragraph on the back here. Stories We Tell Our Children explores how children learn to survive through the tales they are told. But can they thrive if they are raised by unreliable narrators using stories as a means of shirking responsibility and papering over the cracks of estrangement? And so my understanding is like it's a series of interlinked stories. So I'm really excited and I really hope that I get to read this book this year. So anyway, and believe me, like Mark did not ask me to show this on my channel or anything along those lines. I just, I'm really excited to read one of his books, and yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. The second book, I've shown it on my iPad. This is The Genius of Jane Austen by Paula Byrne. I'm not sure if I'm saying that last name right. Her love of the theater and why she works in Hollywood. This, and I realized that I already own another book by this person, The Real Jane Austen, A Life in Small Things. And I feel like I've seen this on some Jane Austen July TBRs. I have not read it yet. But this book is actually her debut book, and it just wasn't really widely published, and now it's out of print. So they kind of edited it, updated it a little bit. I think it includes a chapter on film adaptations, and also things like Clueless, which I'm really excited about. So I don't know that I'm going to be able to get to this book this Jane Austen July, so it may be on the TBR for 2022 Jane Austen July, but I'm nonetheless very excited to have it. And of course, all I've been reading are things related to Jane Austen, so I'm still reading What Matters in Jane Austen by John Mullan. And I think I saw someone either in a comment section or maybe it was even on Instagram who said like alternately, like one chapter will just like blow their mind away, and then the next chapter they're kind of like, well, duh. I think it was a Victoria, and I'm not sure. There's a lot of Victorias out there, so I'm not sure which one, but I feel strongly that it was a Victoria that said that. But nonetheless, I have experienced a tiny bit of that, but I'm still just really enjoying this. I just need the time to sit down and really dive into it. And so I am hoping, even though I'm going away this weekend, that I will get to read a good chunk of this book this weekend. So last weekend I was able to finish Pride by Ibi Zoboi. This is a retelling of Pride and Prejudice set in inner city Brooklyn, Bushwick and Jefferson, I think, is the streets there. And I also read this week Where the Rhythm Takes You by Sarah Doss, and this is a retelling of Persuasion. I would love to talk about these right now, but I really feel like these books deserve their own video, and I know that not all of you are really into Jane Austen July. So I think they deserve their own video. My problem is I have about 4 videos right now that I'd like to make. So we'll see when I'm able to do that. I am behind on that, but I would love to hear from those of you who have either tried or finished either one of these books without spoiling anything in the comment section, what your thoughts were, because I have to say that I'm pretty conflicted at the moment. Yeah, I'm really it's been interesting. It's been interesting because I don't really talk about YA books on this channel. But YA was once my life, you guys. I was the community relations manager at Barnes & Noble, and my goal and my focus was to jump sales related to schools, libraries, individual teachers. And believe me, I took really, really good care of my customers, made sure they had something from the cafe to drink while they browsed, made sure they had a cart to pile up those books. The cart would be half full and I'd bring them an empty one and take that one away and start ringing things up. So yes, I definitely tried to make sure that everyone completely spent their purchase order in my store. And in order to do that, I had to be really familiar with what they wanted and what they were looking for. I grew up at a time where YA did not exist. My dad was a high school librarian, and as far as I can remember, popular fiction that he had was, Stephen King, V.C. Andrews, those kinds of things. There wasn't anything like there is today. So, but yeah, I spent a ton of time reading YA just so I could talk to my customers about it. And also sometimes just because people were buying so many copies of something that then that's how I ended up reading the Twilight series, which, yeah, I'm not a fan of. It's not a judgment against anybody who is, but yeah, part of my job responsibilities were also coordinating the midnight release parties, which we had for at least one Harry Potter novel while I was there, if not 2, and as well as the release party for Breaking Dawn, which was, if you can imagine, even more chaotic than Harry Potter. So it's been interesting to read these YA books and kind of return to that sort of genre, I guess, if you will, with the layer of Jane Austen on it. So anyway, I would love to hear what you guys are reading. If you're gonna have time to really dive into some books this weekend, what's going on. So I hope you're all doing well and staying safe. Remember to be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and I will be back to talk to you again very soon. Thanks so much, BookTube. Bye.